So guys, this area of the farm is where we have a dam. We have a section right in the middle of the farm with a dam. Okay, two dams. These dams had been used before for the cattle. It's where they used to get their water from, but then of course the water was very dirty. It would cause diseases to the cattle. So we decided to abandon it. Now a lot of shrubs grow around the dams, but we have decided that right now we're going to change the entire outlook of this area. We have chosen that this dam area currently, we're going to be using it for the geese and then a few local chickens and the guinea fowls. So as you might see, we have lots and lots of shrubs and we're going to have lots of work to do around this area. We're going to have to cut down a lot of the grasses, you know, the tall, spiky grasses. The only thing we're going to leave are the trees because we have good, nice trees around. So these trees need to provide shade for the animals, you know, for the birds that we're going to have inside here. So we're going to just keep the trees, the very big trees. We're going to cut down all the shrubs. We're going to cut down all the spiky thorns. And then we're going to work on the area around, slash around, and then we're going to fence it very nicely using chain link so that we don't have predators coming in and going out. And then the place is going to be ready and perfect for the geese to come in. They're going to really enjoy themselves. So come on guys, let's start with the work. It's a few hours later and right now it's not as hot, so it's easier to appreciate what's happening. In the background you can see the dam where we're going to be placing the birds. You know, we're going to be placing the geese here. They're really going to be having a good time. Just take a look at it. We actually do have two dams, like I already said. One on my right and one on my left over there in the background. And you can see that we've already cut down a lot of the shrubs. If I point down, right there, you can see there is lots and lots of shrubs. Well, we still have a huge section that hasn't been cut down. So for example, you can see a tree here and there's another tree at the top, but everything else is just shrubs. It will need to be cut down. This entire area was also full of shrubs. We still have some shrubs cut down. We've got a bit less labor right now because the guys have gone to do other kinds of work. You can see at the edge over there, there's lots and lots of shrubs. There's a few trees, for example, this small tiny tree, you can see it. We're going to leave that. Another one there, another tree, we're going to leave that. The trees have lots of nests of birds. You can see them. And we don't want to destroy the birds and their lives. You can see lots and lots of nests of birds. We want to leave the nests around. The other problem that we're going to have is, of course, the fact that the dam has lots of mud inside it. Now, the dam has lots of mud fish, actually, and we've tried to catch the mud fish before. But there's lots of mud, and you're going to have to get it out in some way. You're going to have to use the excavator to get it out in some way. Also, the few chickens and the guinea fowls are certainly going to need a house. I want to need somewhere to sleep because now they are used to sleeping inside. The geese will certainly don't need a place to sleep. They'll sleep on the water because they do love the water. But we don't want the birds, the rest of the birds, the guinea fowls and the chickens to sleep on trees. You know, a while back, a lot of them were sleeping on trees like these. And, well, it's a nice idea. It's a nice, wild idea. But we don't want that because it's unsafe for them to sleep on trees. As you can see, there is lots of vegetation, so it might not be very safe, things like snakes. So we're going to have to build a small, tiny chicken house around, probably in this area, since it's the flattest area around. Most of the place is actually not flat, you know. For example, this tiny area over here, it's a small dam that dries up. Actually, it's actually 3 dams that we have. This tiny one dries up during the dry season. For example, now the bigger dams, they never really dry up, but the smaller ones, they dry up. So we're going to build a chicken house right here in the middle for the birds to sleep in the night. So yes, we'll continue with the work right here. I think the birds are going to have a really, really good time. This is more of an Eden for them compared to where they were living currently, where they are currently. This is certainly way better for them. They're going to have a very, very good time. So let's continue with the work. it's a few days later and whoa, today the weather is perfect. Actually, we started getting rains on the farm over the past few days, so it's really nice. You know, it's even drizzling right now, just a few small tiny drizzles. I don't know what you would call them, the kind of drizzle that can't make you wet. So let's go and check out the work that happened around our pond area. It's awesome, yeah. Meanwhile, while we walk there, I'm curious to think. I know lots of you guys love the Farm Up channel, but I want to know from each and every one of you who is actually watching right now, what is that one thing that you really love about Farm Up? The one thing that keeps you coming back to the channel. I would love to know. I'm curious to find out. So please leave it in the comment section below and I'll be very excited to read all of them. All right, you can see here we are right now. So this is the path that leads to the very bottom of the farm. And like I've already told you, we've got rain. And you can see how muddy the path has already become, you know. You can see this area is already very muddy. You can see foot tracks for the cattle. So the cattle pass here while they're going to the bottom of the farm to graze. The cattle are actually grazing right now at the very bottom of the farm. You can see all the mud tracks. Really terrible every time they pass here. This is a section of the farm that we've tried to work on, but for some reason we are not very successful because there's lots of clay everywhere. You see the soils? The soils are literally clay everywhere. That's really terrible when it comes to trucks passing, cars passing. It makes it really difficult. There's one of the spots at the front we tried to put there bricks, maram and things like that, but still it sinks. And this is just the beginning of the rainy season, so with time it's going to become really bad. And then right here you can see the work that has gone on in trying to fence the area. You see, these are metallic posts. You can see the metallic posts running the entire area. Actually, we expanded the area bigger than we had planned out. Then right here, the water passes. The water that comes from the top of the hill, that's the farm, the top of the hill. The water comes from that side, passes right here, and then it will go into the pond. So let's get closer to the ponds so you have a better look at the ponds. Okay, here we are. All right, so here are the ponds. Are they ponds or dams? There's still lots and lots of bushes around the pond. You can see all the grass around, but a lot of the shrubs that were on the side have been cut down. Lots and lots of the shrubs. I think there's still more shrubs than I would want, honestly. So I'm going to get the guys to reduce some of them, yeah? Some of them are just useless shrubs. I'm going to reduce some of them. Like for example, that place, it's too thick for nothing. So I think this can be made better. We of course need the shade, but there's lots of short shrubs in the middle right there that we're going to need to get out. So currently the only thing we are left with really is putting the chain link on the fence around the poultry area, around the pond, around the fencing. That we haven't done. We're going to be doing it very soon, and also putting a gate. And lastly, like I said, building a chicken house on the inside. It just needs to be a really small chicken house, one that will be able to shelter the birds. Well, the place is not mainly meant for the chickens, so it's meant mainly for if the geese need shelter, which they rarely ever need. If we do get any ducks, and also for the guinea fowls. Of course, a few chickens will be there. So that we're going to be doing very soon, and I'm excited about how it turns out. Once we get it done, or just before you get it done, or during the process of getting it done, I'll let you guys know. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, smash that notification bell, that way you never miss out on any of my uploads. Lots of love. Catch you very soon with another video. Bye bye.